Good morning. Today we are going to present the Youth4EmblematicMountains, an experience of cascade training to raise awareness of youngers about cultural and natural heritage. The authors of this study are Laia Encinar Prat, Patricia Peralta Lasso, and Eugenio Sácar Marzán from SET Barcelona School of Tourism, Hospitality and Gastronomy. Education towards heritage is essential to develop active citizenship committed to social change. To achieve this purpose, teachers should propose an instructional design based on a combination of interactive pedagogical tools that could lead to a deep understanding of the heritage of the territory by the students. Consequently, teachers' training is key to ensuring that they can propose learning experiences that engage students to face the social environmental issues of their context. Within this framework, we propose the Youth4EmblematicMountains. No conflict of interest to declare. Youth4EmblematicMountains is an Erasmus Plus project developed by organizations from 4 different countries. Agència de Desenvolupament del Berguedà from Spain, Canigó from France, Il Bosso Formazione from Italy, SET University from Spain, Eureka 21 from France, and Pieriki from Greece. The main aim of this project is raising awareness of teaching staff and students about the natural and cultural diversity of their environment. This project is structured in 3 different phases that go in a very sequential way. It starts with the baseline study, where a needs analysis was performed. It continues with the pedagogical guide, and it finishes with the multi-modules toolkit, where different kinds of pedagogical toolkits will be proposed. The pedagogical guide, which is the focus of this study, is a blended learning training the trainers course that provides innovative and concrete approaches and different techniques. The 2 main aims of the specific objectives of this study is to provide teaching staff with efficient educational methods on natural and cultural heritage, but also on eco-friendly jobs. But we also want to guide teachers in designing an educational toolkit that will be implemented in future training actions that they will develop in the future. Let us explain now the methodology of the online training. It consisted of 15 hours of self-learning study that started with the first topic of natural heritage. The participants could read a pedagogical guide and continue by participating in different webinars where they were invited to share their experiences with experts and other students. They have also a forum space where to share more about their knowledge and different kind of experiences, and they access to an interactive and didactic material from SET and different kind of recommended readings. This methodology was proposed continuously and on the other 2 topics, cultural heritage and eco-friendly jobs. During the whole training, we developed a continuous evaluation and monitoring actions just to keep the participants engaged to the training. The different activities that we developed in this training consisted of a pre-test. So participants are starting with this pre-test by answering 5 different MCQs based on their previous knowledge of the different topics. They continue by participating in different webinars based on the 3 main topics, and with participation in different forums as well, and continue by developing different kind of cross-cutting activities where we ask them to design an educational tool that will be assessed later by the use of different rubrics. They finished the training with a post-test with 10 different MCQs. 5 of them were from the previous pre-test, just to do a comparison of questions and answers. And they finished with a satisfaction questionnaire where they were kindly invited to give us their opinion on the training. It helped us assess the quality of the training.
This online training took place between October and December 2021, so it has a duration of 2 months, and students or participants had to participate in the different activities proposed with an autonomous workload of 15 hours. Let's go in depth in 2 particular activities. On the one hand, 3 webinars were proposed. Concretely, there were synchronous webinars in which all the participants could join in the same moment the explanation of different experts that share educational experience. Specifically, 8 experts participate along the 3 webinars proposed, and the topics that were covered were different. For example, we had a webinar dedicated to natural heritage, in which there were some experience about how to manage biodiversity, how to manage a natural park, or how to discover the wolf as an animal. The second webinar was dedicated to cultural heritage, in which experts share some experience about intangible heritage and also industrial heritage. And finally, third webinar took place in which we could cover different experiences about eco-friendly jobs, specifically reports about the opportunities that youngers have in these rural areas were presented, and also there were some examples of jobs that the youngers can participate in the future. Moreover, we have to say that 26 teachers participate actively in these webinars and could discuss at the end of each webinar different experiences, and they can ask some questions to the experts and exchange different backgrounds and educational experiences. On the other hand, we propose, as it is explained, cross-cutting activities. This was the big project of this Train the Trainers course, in which different groups of teachers have to or had to work together in order to propose an educational tool. Specifically, they had to propose learning objectives. They had to propose a methodology coherent with these learning objectives. They had to think about educational material to work on different and specific topics, and they also had to propose the planning and the assessment process in order to assure that students are going to learn what we want to learn. No? We have to say that at least one educational tool was proposed by each territory. In some territories, more tools were designed, and diversity. And we can say that there was a diversity of topics among the different tools. For example, we can find some examples on tools dedicated to natural heritage in order to work with the students aspects such as the river, the mountain, or maybe the wolf. Also, we can find other tools that are dedicated to cultural heritage. For instance, the ones that are talking about mining or maybe the life in the colonies. And finally, there was only a tool dedicated to eco-friendly jobs that covers the opportunities that have Greece, the territory of Olympus for youngers in rural areas. Let's move on the satisfaction results and the learning results. We can say that 51 participants were enrolled in the Train the Trainers course. but only 52.9 passed the course. Although this is only half of the participants that passed the course, we can say that the ones that passed were participants that were really engaged, that participate in the different activities proposed, and that were really actively at the time of share experiences in the webinars, in the forums, and also commenting the different cross-cutting activities from other groups. Also, we can say that on average, the grade of the participants was 6.3 out of 10. If we look at the satisfaction result, remember that we administrate a questionnaire at the end, a satisfaction questionnaire at the end of the Train the Trainers course. We can say that the Train the Trainers course was valued as good, from good to very good, with a general rating of 3.5 out of 5. Specifically, you can see on the graph that the aspects that were more valued for the participants were the pedagogical guide that we create specifically for this course about pedagogical strategies. And another aspect that was really valued was the educational material about how to design an educational tool about cultural and natural heritage. And the third aspect that was really appreciated were the webinars, the synchronous webinars. Also, we have to say that the satisfaction questionnaire includes some open questions, and this, or the answer related to these questions, show us some positive comments from the participants. For example, participants really liked the possibility to collaborate between different teachers from their territory. They also appreciate the possibility to exchange experiences in a synchronous and an asynchronous way, in order to know different experiences, different educational tools that are being implemented in other territories, and the possibility to extrapolate to the own territory, and also the possibility to share materials. And finally, they also highlight some suggestions to improve the Train the Trainers course for other and future editions. Participants, as they appreciate really appreciate webinars, they highlight that they want more webinars, and in which they have the possibility to be in contact and interact with teachers of other European countries. And they also would like to participate in activities not only from their territory, from teachers from their territory, but teachers from other territories, in order to to have more insights and more diversity on the backgrounds of people that are participating. Finally, about the conclusions of this Train the Trainers course, we can say that this course was designed and implemented as it was planned, and it was its nature was based on transformative and experiential learning, in order to promote, also the cascade training. Teachers are trained, but they are going to apply with their students the educational tools that they have designed along the course. So at the end, students will receive this training, and they will be more committed with the environmental issues, the cultural heritage from their territory. As we have said, the Train the Trainers course was interesting because it allows to exchange some educational experience among the 4 countries, Spain, France, Italy, and Greece. Also, as we said before, now these participants that are teachers became or are new ambassadors in their territories, because, as we said, they are going to implement their project in their schools. And the educational tools that were proposed in the Train the Trainers course will be developed in the future in the next step of the project in the Youth4Emblematic Mountains, because they won't be only proposals of educational tools, but they are going to be developed and finally implemented in the schools. Finally, if you want to know more about the project, if you want to know more details, or maybe if you want to follow the next step of the project, you are more than welcome to take a look to this website. And well, this is the end. Thanks for your attention. And if you have some comments, some doubts, some suggestions, you can write on the forum of the conference, and we are going to ask them, answer them as soon as possible. Thank you very much.